Setting up for today's class, you're going to need a bar, something to hold on to for balance. So I'm going to use a piece of furniture, a chair. You can use a wall. You don't have to use it. You can definitely do this class freestanding, at least for the first exercise, and then we'll come down to the floor after that. So you need a mat, towel, something comfortable to lay down on. I'm good with the carpeted floor, but if you want some extra padding underneath your knees, elbows, back when we're laying down, just make sure to have that available. Option to use hand weights today can be built into some of our core work. So I'm using light weights. If you don't have dumbbells, if there's other objects you want to hold on to use as weights, get creative, go for it. Or you'll still get a really good workout without them. So again, we'll start standing to warm up and stretch using our bar. So for me, that's a chair or a wall or something to hold on to for balance if you'd like. And then we'll be down on the floor after that. So thank you for signing up, for tuning in, making sure those microphones are muted just so that everyone can hear. And feel free to share your videos, up to you, just using those little buttons on the top. And then we'll get started. It should work pretty well. Back at home today. All right, so as we're getting ready to move, we'll take a couple minutes here at the beginning of class to warm up and stretch. So bringing your feet together, hip distance apart. Inhale, take a big breath in. You can send the hands up to the ceiling, filling those lungs. As you exhale, we'll roll on down into a forward fold. So allowing your head to hang, bending those knees as much as needed, resting your rib cage on the top of those legs. Nod the head yes, shake it no, loosening up between your ears and shoulders. And then walking your feet out a little wider than your hips. To keep those toes facing forward, pressing that outer heel, helping to widen the back of the pelvis, the lower back. You can keep your hands on the ground for balance. If you feel secure, feel free to take those hands behind your back, interlace your fingers, and extend them up toward the ceiling. Feel space between your shoulder blades widen. And maybe come down just a little bit deeper. Hands can come back down to the ground, and then starting to lengthen the spine so that you have that long, flat back. Crown of the head reaching forward, tailbone back behind you. Keep one hand on the floor, and then reach the other hand up to come into a twist. Pulling that opposite hip back behind you. And then switching sides. Inhale, other hand lifts up. Exhale, twisting the other direction, squaring those hips up. Bringing both hands down to the ground. Turn those toes out if they're facing forward and bend your knees, coming into a nice deep squat. And just start to shift side to side so you get some stretch to the hip. Hands can also stay on the ground. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to the floor. Walk those feet in back to your fold. Take another breath or two to pedal those legs out. Allowing gravity to help stretch between the vertebrae of your spine. Soften your knees. Inhale, roll up to standing. A couple rolls of those shoulders, a little forward, a little back, and then we'll get moving. Little adjustments. All right, so from here, I'm going to use this stool to hold on to. Again, you can use any piece of furniture, wall, something to help with your balance. Not crazy amount of stuff on one leg, so if you want to do this freestanding, feel free to. We're going to start with our feet, heels together, toes slightly turned out, so they're in that Pilates V. Rising up onto those toes, we're going to feel a little lift up through those inner thighs, your deep core muscles, so around the balls of your feet. We're going to start pulsing these out over toes. So you want to feel a little stretch through the quad, a little squeeze through the top of the leg, the inner thigh, and maybe in those glutes too as you press those heels in toward each other. Hips are level, so tailbone reaching down, chest lifted, shoulders relaxed. Pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then hold a little bend in the knee. Do a floating step. So like that pulse, but stepping your leg out to the side, knees bend a little deeper. Don't quite straighten them, step back together. So almost a little bounce in your step as you step side and back. Hand can stay on your hip. You can also move it with you, plugging that shoulder in, taking the hand up, heels together. and then out to the side. Helps to kind of get the heart rate up while toning in the shoulder. Finishing back with those feet together in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those heels down. You're still in your V. Or take that leg furthest from your bar, from what you're holding, and extend that leg out to the front. Doesn't have to be super high. Point that toe. We're gonna do a little twist. Toes to the ceiling, toes out to the side. So you can feel that rotation of that thigh bone within your hip. Keeping those hips level when you're laced to the front. Sometimes you tend to lean back or tuck underneath. Shoulders over hips. Final 4, 3. Call this a little pencil sharpener. 2, and 1. From here, you're gonna take that leg out to the sides, circles to the side, you've got waist work in your glutes, and then circle that leg back behind you, hovering above the ground. Back out to the side, circle to the front, back out to the side, circle to the back. I'm gonna add in the standing leg. So when the leg goes to the front, knee bends. When your leg circles out to the side, straighten, press up through that heel, and then to the back. Knee reaches out over toes, little hinge forward, press up through the heel, leg out to the side. Now my arm in, circle front, side, back, side, front, side, back, side. Couple more rounds. Super straight leg, pointed toes will help. Working into that quad. Standing leg, knees over toes, pressing up through the heel. Last 2 rounds. Circle front, side, back, side. Last one, front, side. Finish out to the side, back, to this side. Standing leg bends, tapping your toes on the ground. And standing leg straightens, toe coming to that inner calf, inner knee, or inner ankle. Tap side and lift. Final 4. Holding the leg up in 3, 2. Last one, hold it up. Extending your leg forward. So reach out to that big toe and then pulling that knee out to the side. We'll spiral that inner thigh up to the ceiling. Tap, reach, pull it in. 4 more to the front. 4, 3, lightening the touch to work that balance. 2, last one, taking it out to the side. Thigh bone lifted, again, working the top of the leg. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, final direction to the back. Leg goes back, knee pulls out to the side. Reaching into that little toe. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Bend your standing leg. We're gonna tap those toes down to the ground. Coming back up, knee out to the side, press up through the heel. The standing leg is bending and straightening. Moving leg taps back, pulls in, knee out. Final 4, 3, 2, last one. Take that leg back behind you, turn to face the bar, or face the wall. Little bend in your standing leg, and then tap that back foot. You want to lean forward just slightly so you're not arching the lower back. You will pull those front ribs together. Working your standing leg for balance with that bend in the knee, bringing down deep into the heel. Little glute squeeze, lifting from the back of the leg and outer thigh. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're step that foot all the way back, bending our standing legs, kind of coming down into this nice lunge. And then setting that back heel to the floor. So a little stretch in your calf. Press up to the toe. Stretch that heel down. Final 4, 3, 2, last one. You can drop that heel down. So we're going to kind of switch legs. That leg in front is going to brush back, finding some hinge. Squaring those hips, relax the shoulders, and then that leg in back, we're going to take a little tap down to the ground, back up to the ceiling. Reaching out to that little toe, just like in a plank, we'll lift in that front waistband, lifting from the leg versus the lower back. Final 4, the way back forward. And we're gonna come back into that lunge. Toe taps back, heel drops, push and lower. Leaning out over your front legs, that leg constantly working in that kind of turned out lunge position. 4, 3, 2, last one, and toes tap. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those heels together, rising up on your toes. Turn back to base forward like we started, little pulses. Knees out over toes, pelvis level front and back. Reach out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Step wide together, out and in. Little pulse in that step. Final 4, we're gonna end wide. 3, 2, last one, stay wide, drop those heels wide, plie squat. Come back up to that passe, knee turned out, toe to that inner ankle, calf or inner knee. Tap out and in. A little moment of balance, step it wide. Both heels down. Final few ones. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring that leg down. We're gonna come all the way to the floor. We do have that second side to do, but first, I'm working a little bit deeper into some core muscles. Coming down onto your mat, onto the ground. Knees will stay bent, rolling down, tailbone, lower back, mid back, upper back, neck, and head. So with our arms today, they're gonna start down at our side. And then reaching our fingertips toward your heels, toward your feet, almost sliding onto the ground. And I kind of like to think of like an airplane taking off. You'll get this little lift coming from the back of the hand as well as the back of the arm. And that motion of sliding forward and up is gonna help lift, rolling up, head, neck, and shoulder blades. Big squeeze, ribs together, belly button pulled down, and then lower back down to upper back, neck, and head. So fingertips reaching forward and up to roll up, and peeling back down. Reach, coming up as little or as much as you'd like. Pressing sitting bones, tailbone down so hips stay in place. Arms and abs working together. A few more like this, and then we'll hold. 4, 3, 2, last one, fingertips reach forward, head, neck, shoulder blades lift. Keep that little scoop in your stomach. You're also welcome to take a hand behind your head, one or both, to stay lifted. And getting a little bit lighter on our toes, so bending knees up to the ceiling. We're gonna do both legs together. Feel free to alternate one leg at a time. Setting those legs first up to the ceiling. Bend your knees, toes tap the ground, and then we'll start on the ground. Rest those legs out straight. Pulling in, so feeling it from right behind the belly button, sweeping to the lower abs. Knees bend in, bend up to the ceiling. Bend the knees, tap them down, and then that push out. We'll hug out those inner thighs. If you'd like to add on, legs extend up. You can keep those legs hovering off the ground as they reach forward. Press that lower back down. Knees bend in, stretch up. Knees bend and press out. Making progress, just a couple more rounds. Taking those legs back to the floor. Doing one leg at a time. Reach up. Tuck it in. Reach it out. Inhale in. Exhale, extend. Inhale and exhale. Last 3. Two, fingertips still reaching forward. And then on this last one, Take our feet back down. Head, neck, and shoulder blades rolling down. And then repeat that first part, lifting up, heel up, and lower. Feel that scoop from the core, everything hugging front and center. Reaching out through the fingertips toward the bottom of your mat, back of the hand up to the ceiling. Final 3. 2. Last one, stay lifted. Final part here, coming to those 100 pulses. Big inhale, pulse, 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 and exhale. So reaching fingertips forward, especially that pinky finger. Widening the shoulders away from your ears, soft double chin. Want to add on a bit, you can come onto the toes of those legs. Maybe cover the feet off the floor or extend them all the way out. Big inhale, pulse, pulse, pulse. Big exhale, 2 more breaths. Last big inhale. Last big exhale. And hug those knees in and roll head, neck, shoulder blades back down. You give those knees a soft twist side to side. And then hugging them back in toward the chest, we'll roll back up. So I can keep facing forward. I'm gonna move this to the other side. And we got our second side to do. So once again, we're gonna start with those feet. In a V, heels together, toes turned out, slightly angled out, line with those knees. Heels stay together as you rise up onto those toes, with those outer hips. Hug, that little glute squeeze. And then sending knees out over toes, pelvis stays level, front and back, and that pulsing motion. Heels pressing in, knees reaching out. Your sternum breastbone, your heart stacked right over that front waistband. Nice and level. Pulse, pulse, pulse for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold that diamond shape. We're gonna step wide, little pulse in the leg, getting deeper. Don't quite straighten, but press up, feet back together. So legs never fully straighten. There's that little floating pulse within the step. Putting weight onto that foot as you step out to the side. You can add that arm in, up to you. Hand goes up, shoulder shrugs down. And then we'll end with those feet together. Pulse out, pulse in. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heels together. Drop those heels, straight legs. Leg furthest from what you're using to balance your bar. Extends forward, reach out through that big toe. Leveling those hips, straight standing leg. And then that pencil sharpener, that twist in and out. Feeling that rotation of the leg within the hip. Toes to the ceiling, toes out to the side. Feel free to go slower too. 8, 7, 6, pulling the toes, staying strong behind the knee. 4, 3, 2, and 1. That creates some room into the hip as that leg starts to circle. You're reaching out with the toes to the front, to the side. Leg circles back behind, little pull forward, stop arching the back, and then out to the side, shoulders back over hips. Circle front, side, back, side. So holding on to something for balance can help, but still working in that standing leg, staying lifted, straight leg, pressing up from all parts of the foot. Front, side, back, side. Let's add in that standing leg, bending the knee out over toes. Press to the heel to straighten as you go side. And once again, that little plie, that bend, knee out over toes as you go to the back. Straighten as you go to the side. Front, side, back, side. Extended leg, very active, connecting up through the hip into your core. You can add that arm in too, reaching forward to go back, reaching up as you go front. You can also stay out to the side or on your hip. circle front, side, back, side. Final 3, 2. Last one, ending side, front, side, back, side. Tap those toes down, knee bends over the toes. That standing leg, you're gonna push up through the heel, and that passe, that tap, bending the knee, tapping that inner calf, ankle, or inner knee. Tap side, and lift. Big toe taps to the floor, lift up, staying light on that foot. 4, 3, 2, stay up, 1, and extend forward. Inner thigh to the ceiling, big toe reaches out, pull that knee wide. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, out to the side. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last round to the back. Tap it back, pull knee wide. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Toes are gonna tap back and lift. Knee bends, pull it up, tap, and lift. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reach that foot back, turn to face the side. You want to use both hands. If not, you can stay facing forward, toes tap behind you. 8, 7, getting ready to send that heel to the ground and that back foot. In 4, 3, 2, 1. Toes down, drop that heel, feel a stretch of the leg, and then pushing from your back leg, pulling further forward over that front thigh, press up to that big toe. Stretch heel down, push up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last one, drop the heel, and then that foot in front is gonna brush back. A little closer, squaring those hips best you can. Front head reaching forward, lower back nice and full, that lift in that front waistband. Back leg taps and lifts. A little bend in that standing leg as needed to help square hips, level across. Watching for any unnecessary tension between the shoulders and ears, let them relax back. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Step that foot forward, and that lunge press up and back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and toes tap. Weight shifts forward, strong back leg, squeezing in the glute, outer thigh, back of the leg. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring those feet together, heels together, bend those knees, pulse it out. Leveling those hips out, pulsing knees to go low, but still that lift. Waistline, crown of the head up to the ceiling, front and back of the body, staying tall even as those knees bend. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Out and in, making progress. We are just about done. We got this floating step, pulse in, pulse wide. And then our final little kind of balanced plie squat. In 4, ending wide. 3, 2, 1. Step it wide, heels down, and then come up for that balance. Big toe taps in, knee lifts. Don't have to go super high with that leg. You can stay low to that inner ankle. 2 bent legs, press up through the heel, a little balance, wide, and lift. Final 4, 3, 2, last one. Awesome job. Bring those legs together. If you want to give them a little shake, maybe a little forward fold. We'll come back down to the ground. I'm going to move this out of the way. And in this next set of kind of very core-based exercises, if you want to use some dumbbells or some added weight, something to hold on to, have those handy. So we're going to start seated. Let's start with the legs bent like they were before, feet together. That causes your lower back to feel a little bit tight. Sometimes some space between the feet, wider sitting bones to balance on can help. So feet together or a little distance if you need that space. We're going to start with our arms reaching forward. And then so there's less kind of rounding in my lower back, less crunch in my stomach. I'm going to roll the shoulders back and down and lean back. So now abdominal wall is in a full line, not crunching in. And there's just kind of that little natural curve in the lower back. So not arching, but just kind of that neutral spine. Arms extend forward and then coming into a chest fly. Arms open out, shoulder blades stay wide, and hands come together. Now it's okay if the hands don't touch as they come together. And make sure you're not pinching the front of the shoulders. Got those wide collarbones. I'm giving a nice smile across that upper chest. Inhale, open, eyes up, chin up a bit. And that neck in line with the rest of the back of your body. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now our arms are kind of make the same motion. They're going to go wide, but we're going to start to roll down. Legs can extend out as well as you peel down. Arms sweeping up to the side. And then hands are going to come toward your hips, toward the ceiling, and together, head, neck, shoulder, blades, mid back, lower back, roll up. Scooping belly in, drawing those knees in. Round, coming down. Round the spine. Lengthen up. Scoop. Straighten, stretch long. Scoop. And lift up. A couple more like this. Okay, guys, last 3, 2, final one, stay down, roll it all the way down. Hands can come to your side. We're going to bring our knee in over the hip. Send that leg out and down. Other leg comes in, knee over the hip, down. Adding on our arms, weights or no weights. Knee comes in, you're going to reach toward the sides of the knee, maybe all the way up toward your calf or ankle. Peeling right back down. And then other side, or other leg. I guess you're still center. No twist today. Making progress. Let's do 2 more on each side. 2. Last one. First leg. And the second leg. Squeeze in. Hands reaching up to the ceiling. Shoulder blades pressing wide and flat into the floor. Same idea, but now a straight leg. Hands go down. First leg comes up. Head and shoulders can lift and lower. Second leg lifts up. Hands pressing down. The leg that's not lifting, keeping it close to the ground. Exhale, lift. Inhale, peel back. Final 4. 3, 2. Last one. Roll it down. Bring those hand weights in toward your chest. We're going to bend those knees in toward the ceiling, pressing feet down into the ground. Head and shoulders lift up. Give that little scoop in the stomach. Weights pressing into each other. Core muscles wrapping into the center. Right arm extends past the left knee. So now adding in that twist, looking toward that hand. Inhale back to center. Exhale, lift, twist the other way. Then you tend to lift up a little bit higher as I extend the arm, rolling down part way. If you don't use the weights, you can take the opposite hand behind your head. We'll add a neck support. Either way, got a little double chin. Help soften the muscles in the front of the throat. Final part here with the weights. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it down. You can set those weights off to the side. Give those knees a little hug. Rock side to side. And then rocking forward and back, we'll come up to seated. Working into the waist, the legs as well. We're going to come into a side plank. So one arm comes down, forearm down, elbow down. Making sure not to sink into the shoulder. So there's a little kind of push up from the arm. And it also helps to kind of squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, giving that open chest. And then knee in line with your elbow, with your leg. Dropping that hip down to rest on the ground when you need to take a break. Other hand can be on your hip, reaching up to the ceiling or behind the head. We'll push up your head into your hand, help keep your chin from coming forward. And then we'll be moving that top leg. So reaching out through that little toe, knee and toe space forward. We're going to start by sweeping the leg forward, keeping those hips stacked, holding in your side plank, back out, and then big toe taps down, little toe lifts up, and you repeat forward, back in line, down, and up. Sweep forward, good. Staying suspended in that hip for as long as you can. Lift it out of that shoulder. Final 4, 3, 2. Last one. Reach it forward, tap down and up, and then foot can come down. We're going to lower those hips toward the ground. They don't have to touch, but go in that direction. And then lift up to the ceiling, so a little more crunch. Pass your side plank, lower. Pass through that side plank, and lift. 6, 5, 4. Hips go down, stay lifted out of the shoulder, even as they drop. Last 2. Last 1. Hands gonna come down, turn to face the ground, coming to hands and knees. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists and not pressing too far back. Our back leg is gonna make a movement of coming in toward the chest, toward the nose, and then kicking back behind. Hugging the leg in and reach. You can stay here, add in your opposite arm, reaching fingers and toes, hugging elbow to knee. Little length through the back abdominal wall, a little scoop, maybe a slight rounding in that mid and lower spine. Inhale, exhale. Almost there, just 3 more. 2. Last one, reach and scoop. Leg goes back, hand goes down. With our back leg, it'll be a little cross kick, so the leg taps out to the side. Lift up behind, and then cross the other way. Lift up behind. So it's like an upside down V. Another option here is to tuck your toes. Send those hips up into a pike and do the same motion. Tap side, lift, side, lift. Letting your head hang between your biceps. It's okay if that back heel is lifted. Or again, stay in all fours. Final 4. Try not to kick things. 3, lift, cross, lift, 2, and last one, lift, cross, lift. Bring those feet together down to the floor, and then take a stretch. I like to kind of rest the head onto the ground after being in that all fours are plank, pike, whatever feels good. Grab a sip of water. We're gonna come back to laying down, so we'll take a little break before we do the second side. A little less on our arms, no weights needed. This next part, head is gonna stay down pretty much for most of the exercise. Arms down at your side, so you still have a little support from the upper body, but kind of less weight on them. We're gonna send our legs toward the ceiling, watching that your hips haven't tucked in, haven't rolled that tailbone lower back off the floor, back of your hips. So a little slight offset. As much stretch as you can get your legs. It's okay if they're slightly bent, but still point those toes, reaching them out from the hips. We're gonna start wide cross, big V, so legs open out to the side, and then cross, one foot over the other, hugging the ankles, and repeat, other leg is gonna cross, wide cross. Definitely feeling those inner thighs work to bring those legs together. You also want to think of your core, the left and right side of your torso, kind of pulling in front and center to your midline toward your belly button. Wide cross. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Open those legs wide. And then they're going to tap toes together, knees apart, creating kind of a diamond shape. Reach back out into your V. Tap toes together and reach. So for the most part, from your knee to your hip, those thigh bones are staying in place. Keeping that lower back connected. Long flat back on the floor. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, back to how we started. Open, wide, cross, alternating the foot on top. Stretching out through the toes. Counting down. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Open those legs back out wide, toes tap together, extend out. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Bring those toes together. You can set your feet down on the floor, allowing those knees to fall out to the side. Arms are going to stay down, head is going to stay down, but now we're coming a little bit of a reverse crunch. So instead of our head, neck, shoulder blades lifting, the other half, tailbone, lower back lift. You can keep the soles of your feet touching, maybe just the toes or the heels. And then we're going to draw our knees up over our shoulders. A little push from the back of the arms into the floor, keeping your chest soft away from your chin, so you're not putting pressure on the head or the back of the neck. Doesn't have to be super high. Lift and peel down. Final part here before we come back into our side plank. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll it down. Give those knees a little stir. Feel that stretch to the inside of your hip. Reverse directions. And when you're ready to come up, we'll come back into our side plank, but other side, other elbow, forearm down. Coming down with that arm. Try to bring this time. We're on the knees. You want to come onto your full side plank, you can. But just making sure your knees or your feet and knees are in line with your hips and shoulders. So kind of adjusting to find that suspension in the waist, not sagging unless you need to take a break, not crunching, hovering right in between. Lifting out of that front shoulder, hand can stay down to help support hip, ceiling, or behind the head. All good options. We'll pull those front ribs together so you're not arching the lower back. We'll squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then top leg extends out. So starting with that leg motion, holding that side plank. Leg lifts, sweep it forward, sweep it back, tap down and up. Leg goes forward, hip stay in place to hold that side plank. Lower and lift, just the leg moving. Spending in that bottom side. Tap and lift, good. Sweep forward, sweep back, tap and lift. Sweep forward, sweep back, tap and lift. Last two. Last one. Tap and lift. Foot comes down, or you can bend both knees in, and then we'll take that drop of the hips and that lift. So bottom hip goes to the floor, top hip goes up to the ceiling. Watch that you're not sticking that tailbone back behind you. Hips moving, waist working. 4, 3, 2, last one. Turn to face the floor. Coming to hands and knees, hands underneath your shoulders. We'll lift in that front waistband. Back leg extends out. So the leg motion is drawing the knee in, little space between your legs. Sending that leg back out. It can go up toward the ceiling. Just watch that the pelvis isn't tilt forward. You still have that little lift right around the front waistband. So leg moving. You want to add in your opposite arm, reaching fingers and toes, hugging elbow to knee. Back to that neutral spine. Scoop in. Inhale. Exhale. Making progress. We're almost done. Go to those cross kicks to finish this set. In 4, 3, 2, last one. Squeeze, leg goes back, hand goes down, leg taps out to the side. Lift behind the hip and shoulders where it was before, and then cross the other side of your mat or behind the opposite leg, and lift. That upside down V. Stay here, looking forward and down, or you can come into that pike, watching that you're not rounding in the spine. Feel that stretch from your sternum, your heart, all the way through the belly button, lower abs, and then that V kick. Tap side, lift, cross, lift, side, lift, cross, lift. Final 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing those feet together, bringing those knees to the floor, take a stretch. And then from here, we'll come back to seated with option to use your weights. Again, totally optional. Trust me, you still feel it without it. This time, legs are going to extend out in front. This is the last thing we're doing together today. One of my favorite exercises to do with weights. Less so because of the eye resistance, but just I feel like the movement in your arms, especially when you're holding on to something, will help feel it deeper in those abdominal muscles. So we're going to make kind of a curling motion. We'll bend in those elbows, roll those shoulders back and down. Starting to peel down and then extending your hands overhead. So your palms right now, they're facing behind me, but they'll face to the ground. So you're going to peel down, extending those arms, palms facing to the floor. And then you get that curl, hug those elbows in to peel back up. Peeling down, rolling down. Reach back. Now if you're having trouble with this, you can bend your knees. So you can press against your feet. Sometimes that helps, or that should help. few more like this, then we'll sit up a little bit higher. That nice stretch through the stomach, and then that rounding, that scoop. Last 3. Lift up. 2. Curl up. Last 1. Curl up, and then sitting all the way up. Again, watching that you're not crunching the stomach, rounding the back, so you might feel like you're leaning back slightly. Taking those hands overhead, and then working the triceps, elbows are gonna bend, and then straighten. To add in a little bit more work through the quads, the top of your thigh, hip flexors. As the hands go up, option to lift up one leg, and then the other. Almost there. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Last side, last time. Hug those elbows in, rolling down like we started. Peel it down, arms extend overhead, palms to the floor. Round up, curling in the arms and the spine, stretch out long. Reaching fingers and toes, scoop in. We'll finish all the way down and take a final stretch together. Final 4. 3, 2, and 1. Roll it down, set those hand weights off to the side. Give those knees a little hug in toward you. You guys, awesome job. Great class today. Reach the outside borders of your feet. Nice happy baby stretch. Bending your knees into the underarms, side of your rib cage, or you can bring your feet together back in that diamond shape butterfly stretch. Sending out the right leg, one leg. Opposite knee is going to come across the body. You'll stretch the outer hip and thigh, coming into a soft twist. What feels good in your back and your neck, you can look over that opposite shoulder. And switching sides. Rolling the length of your back or side to side. Rolling yourselves on up. Again, thank you so much for joining the live version of this class. My name is Sarah. You can send me an email or message through info@bodyrockpilates.com if you guys are having issues with the videos, with the live stream, or any other questions. So hope to see you back here virtually. Blair is teaching tomorrow's class at 10, and then I'll be back here at this time on Friday or all next week too.